Good morning. How are you guys doing today? I am wanting to show you how to make what I call fuufuu flops. Let me show you. I'm going to set these up here like this. You need a pair of flip-flops. You need your crochet hook, little pair of scissors, and your yarn. With the fuufuu flops, you want to use several skeins of yarn or remnants, or whatever you have on hand. I've got some pink, some black, and a variegated black and white. Now, because I got these at the Dollar Tree, the crochet will last a lot longer than the shoe. So I would advise you to wear the shoe either at the pool or the beach, after you take your shower, around the house. Maybe you can run from the house to the mailbox. Maybe make a quick run to the grocery store, but I would not advise that you wear this particular flip-flop from the Dollar Tree all the time unless you don't mind doing that, because they are not going to last as long. They do wear down fairly quickly. The crochet is going to outlast the flip-flop. I hate to say that, but now you can go to Walmart, Target, Maxway, any discount store, Dollar General, Rose's, Maxway, Target, wherever you like to shop, even a regular shoe store. I can't see paying more than $2 and something for a pair of flip-flops unless you really want to go fancy. Now you can buy a good quality pair of flip-flops and decorate them yourself and save some money. When I worked at the hospital, I used to make these, and I would sell them individually. The adult size, I sold them back then when I worked in the ER. I worked in the ER for 5 years as a unit coordinator, and in the ER, what I call it was the light side of the ER, but we still had some pretty crazy stuff happen. But nonetheless, this flip-flop would sell at an adult size for $12.50, and I had a lot of nurses purchase my flip-flops. They just loved them. And I also like to use these in gift baskets and bath gift baskets or beach gift baskets, or whatever type of gift basket I was making. Get well baskets, whatever. You can just do so many wonderful things with these flip-flops. But again, the quality of the Dollar Tree, they do have some beautiful colors and styles, but they're just not going to hold up as long. Your crochet aspect of it is going to hold up a lot longer than the actual shoe. So just use discretion on how often you wear them. Like I said, I would confine myself to wearing them just briefly around the pool, the beach, or the house. When I made the children's size, I would sell those for $8.50. But that's, like I said, when I worked at the hospital. Now I just make them for fun. I give them away. I made a pair already for my granddaughter. So I'm going to show y'all how we do this. Now, going to the fuufuu yarn, if you have a stash of yarn, you can take regular yarn. For example, let me show you this black piece here. It's regular thickness. You can combine this with the real fuufuu yarn, or any type of thin yarn that you have, you can combine. If you don't have what I call eyelash yarn, you don't have to use a bunch of eyelash yarn. You can mix and match kind of, but this is kind of an eyelash yarn, whereas this here is just a variegated black and white, and it's real thin. But you don't want to use, unless you want to, unless you're just determined to use up your stash, you can go to the thrift store, or you can go to a yard sale or anything like that, or just go to your stash and you can use up any remnants that you might have. But I like to take and combine. So I've got this one, and I've got this one, all combined together right here. And I'm going to use my crochet hook, of course, and I'm going to get my shoe, and I'm going to show you. Y'all don't want to see me this morning because I'm looking rough. Okay, when I'm at home, I'm just a bum. I'm lucky if I brush my hair, you know. Okay, so what you do is you just take your shoe, and there's no rhyme or reason. I mean, you can start on this side, you can start on this side. It doesn't really matter what you want to do. But I take my 3 pieces, 2 pieces, however many pieces of yarn that you have, and I tie right at the very beginning part of this strap here. Okay, you can double knot it. You can double knot it. You can take and twist it one more time, you know, and knot it again. You can take a little bit of glue if you want to, and just, you know, reinforce it with some glue right here if you want. Okay, so then I have my flip-flop with my yarn attached. Now you can do, for those of you that are familiar with crochet, I go ahead and cut that off. So I have a little piece right here hanging. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so you can do a number of things with your shoe. You can make a single crochet, double crochet. Let me bring it down here so I can see. It's hard to do here. Let's see. I'm sorry, folks. Don't mean to make y'all move all over the place. But what you do is come underneath, grab a hold of it, wrap it around one time, and pull it through. Let's see if y'all got that. Let me do it this way. Okay, so you're going to take your needle, and you're going to do a single crochet if you're familiar. So you're going to take your needle and bring it underneath the strap, loop it one time, and hug it again and bring it through. Now, that's a single crochet. Okay. Now let's just say you want to do a double crochet. Well, you can just go underneath it, loop it once, and then you can loop it again. Okay. So go underneath it, loop it once, loop it again, and just keep pushing it back, because you want it to be kind of full. Because if it's not full, it's going to end up separating on itself, and it's going to show the strap, and it's going to be scarce looking. It's kind of like when you part your hair and you've got a bald spot in your hair, and you kind of want to cover it up. So just be sure to be generous with your stitches. Like, in other words, let's just say from here to here is 20 stitches, if you counted them, from here to the toe. You just want to make sure that you can double the stitches and make it 40 stitches, or you can make it, like, say if it's only 15 stitches, you can make it 30 stitches. If it's only 10 stitches, make it 20. You know, make sure that it's nice and full so that there is no gap shown on the strap. So I'm just going to keep reaching under the strap, hooking the yarn, reach under, hook the yarn, bring it to the front, and run it through the 2 loops. Reach under the strap, grab a hold of the loop, So I have two loops, and I'm going to run it through again. Let's see if I can get a little pattern going. Reach under the strap, grab a hold of it, bring it up, wrap around through the two loops. Under the strap, give it a hug, wrap it around through the two loops. Under the strap, give it a hug, wrap it around, and two loops. And as I'm putting the loops on, I'm sliding the yarn down. See, if I take it like this and I want to be really scarce with it, I can spread it out. See there? But I don't want to do that. I want to make it nice and full. You can make it that way. I mean, if that's how you want it and you're limited on how much yarn you have, you can do that too. But I like to really make it full. So, again, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and go right on through here, because what I need to show you is what I do when I get to the toe, which is pretty simple. This is almost like a blanket stitch, I guess is the way you could look at it, like a blanket stitch. If that's, you know, it takes no time to make these. Easy breezy. Believe me, I'm not that brilliant. If it was something that was very complex, you know, I can kind of sort of read a pattern and all of that, and I know some basic stitches, but I'm just not prolific with crochet like some people. This is a really cute and quick craft for the summer that you can make either for yourself, family, or you know, you can make some to sell if you wanted to. I don't know how dated this craft is, this particular craft for the fuufuu flops. I know they've been around a while, but you can embellish these any way you want. You know, if you wanted to add some bling to it, or you know, come up with some different ideas. You don't have to use crochet. You can use all kinds of goodies to decorate your flip-flops with. But again, I would advise, if you're going to put a lot into it, to get a better quality flip-flop. You know, don't go crazy and spend $12 on a pair of flip-flops unless you know for a fact that, you know, you're going to wear them for several years. But most flip-flops don't last. I've actually thought about buying double, like twins of the same style and size, and maybe cutting the strap off of the one and gluing it onto the bottom of the other one with the strap to kind of reinforce and give it a little more stability, a little more life. I don't know if that would work out or not. I'd have to use some kind of like E6000 or something. Okay, so now what's happening is it's getting pretty full, you know, where I'm kind of making the stitch and I'm sliding it down. And I try to coordinate the color to match the design on the flip-flop. Now I'm at the toe. So what I do is the same stitch. The only difference is, instead of hugging the strap, instead of hugging this, I'm going to reach in and go underneath the toe. I don't know how well you can see that. And I'm going to grab a hold of it with the mouth and bring it up, so I still have two loops on the hook. And I'm going to wrap it and bring it through twice. I mean, bring it through the two loops, excuse me. Let me show you that again. So you take your shoe, reach under, grab a hold of it, bring it through the two loops. Basically what you're doing is you're covering the part that goes in between your toe. So, you know, you've already done the strap, and now you're going down the toe. So you're going under the strap like you were doing earlier, but you're at the toe now. Okay, you're at that plastic piece right there in the middle, and you're going to go under, you're going to give it a hug or loop it through, you're going to bring it up, to the surface here. You see? And you're going to wrap it around and you're going to pull it through. And you do that until you feel confident that it's pretty well cushioned with the yarn. So, in other words, you know, and if you mess up, it's okay. Just take it out and start over. But you want the toe, the part that goes in between the toe, to be nice and cozy. So that like when you slip the shoe on, the flip-flop on, it is going to feel nice and soft and cozy against your, your toe. Okay, you might want to make like 3 or 4 stitches down the front of that. And then you just turn the flip-flop and you're going to go back in the other direction of the strap. Okay, and you're going to just resume going under the strap, pulling it up, and coming through. I wish I had the kind of video camera that I could put right next to me, and I'm going to get one next time I get paid, so you guys can really see for sure, how to do this, or any craft for that matter that I undertake. Okay, so here we go. We're working our way back up. So I'm reaching under the strap, giving it a hug, bringing it up, and hugging it again and going through the 2 loops. Under the strap, give it a hug, bring it up, give it a hug, pull through the loops. Under the strap, hug, up, hug, through the 2 loops. Under, hug, over, hug, pull through the 2 loops. And as I'm doing that, I'm pushing the yarn down the strap to make it nice and thick, okay? You don't want any gaps. You don't want to have to see the plastic here. You don't want that. You don't want to see this. You don't want to see that. So I'm going under, grabbing it, pulling it up, wrap around through the 2 loops. Going under, grabbing it up, wrapping it around, going through the 2 loops. Going under, grabbing, bringing it up, wrapping around, going through the 2 loops. Okay, and I'm going to keep doing that real quick like until we get to the end. Whoops, I just went a little too fast there, and it's an easy fix. Easy fix. Just pull it out and start over. I'm telling you, this is the fastest craft in the world. It's so easy. Anybody can do this. Basically, this is like what I would call a blanket stitch. If you were doing this on material, it would be considered a blanket stitch, I guess you could say. But it's a single crochet. Okay. Using 3 skeins, different colors, different textures. You can use 3 different textures. Just one of them, preferably should be a little bit of the eyelash, what they call the eyelash. I call these fuufuu flops. And because it gives it that soft, touch. But you can use regular yarn if that's all you have, in your stash. Or if you happen to go to a thrift store and buy up a bag of remnants. A lot of times people, will have a stash of remnants left over that they, don't want to work with it. They just donate it to the thrift store. You can find a lot of little goodies like that real cheap. But like I said, these flip-flops do not last as long as far as the plastic or the whatever this material is, this rubber material. It does wear down quickly. So if you're wanting something a little more substantial, don't buy the flip-flops at the Dollar Tree. Go find a pair that you think will last a little longer, so you can really get some good wear out of them. These Dollar Tree flip-flops, even without the fuufuu yarn and you just wear them by themselves, I mean, they're just not made to last that long. They're definitely a seasonal. So what's happening now is I'm getting to the end to where I can barely fit any more stitches, okay? So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a loop, and I'm going to cut and pull that loop all the way through, okay? And I got this long tail here, which is fine, and I'm going to reinforce this so it doesn't slide off. And like I said, you can use a little tad of glue if you really want to reinforce. I mean, and you'll notice like I'm separating the yarn, and I'm going to tie several knots. I just want to make sure that it's going to be really secure. Okay. And then I'm going to take it again. You know, it pays to be a little over cautious with this, with the knot, than to not tie it appropriately, because if it comes out, the whole mess is going to unravel, and you don't want that to happen. And I just cut enough to where it all blends in nicely with the... Let me bring this up so you guys can see. Look at that. Tell me if that isn't cute. How long did that take me? I mean, you can make these in less than 5 minutes. And like I said, I would put a little dab of glue, not too much, because you could use hot glue, I guess, if you wanted to. Just on the ends, or maybe some nail polish. Just don't make it so thick there that when they slip it on, it rubs against their skin and irritates. But look at that. Tell me if that ain't cute. And if you wanted to, you could crochet a flower, put it right there on the end. You could put one of them diamond things on the end, you know, to kind of bling it up a little bit if you want to. I mean, or just leave them like they are. Aren't they cute? I mean, and it took me all of, you know, not that long. Of course, a lot of talking involved, but here you go. So I'm going to make up a bunch of these, and this is just the tutorial on how to make them, but I am going to have a giveaway, and so I will let you know about the when, the wheres, and the how-tos of, but I thought I'd show y'all. And I need, please don't think I'm weird, people, especially Sam and Jen. I know I'm fixated on you guys because I just love you to death. But would you please email me your sizes? I need inches, because I know Jen said she has a pretty small foot. So I don't know if even this size small flip-flop would fit her. And I also need Sam's little girl's size in inches. The reason I say inches is because in case a small in an adult size is still too big for Jen, because she looks like she's a tiny thing, and I don't want to make a pair and send them off and then she not be able to wear them. And same with Sam and her little girl. Okay? Alrighty then. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.